Yes, beautiful. So this is going to be the new compensation plan. Right now, before I get into this, I just want to ask this question. Does anybody on this call understand the current compensation plan? Does anybody? Nope. Okay. If I see a yes, there's one. There's one. So we have someone
No,
who
that's Nicole. She just left.
okay.
Okay.
So this is how easy it should be. Look, compensation plans are designed to do something. Really, they're just numbers on a piece of paper. Okay. That's what they are. Every compensation plan, X amount of dollars comes in, X amount of dollars go out. We happen to pay out pretty much double what other companies can afford because we don't have something called COGS. We don't have something called cost of goods to where we have to move a physical product. So we're lucky, right? We're lucky we can pay out more money in commissions. That's great. The question now becomes, how do we do that to get as many people as possible earning and take care of the leaders at the same time who are building massive organizations? And this has to be something that is instinctive, something that's easy for you to understand. So this right here, what you see, is the entire compensation plan. In the current one, there's several ways to earn, and none of them you understand. Let me explain this compensation plan, and we'll see if we can get this and see how excited you get here in the next 2 minutes as I walk through this, and watch how quickly and how easy it is to understand this. Number one, the first way to earn. When somebody joins, if they join at the $400 level Excel, we'll say, you get, no matter what level they come in at, your first month, you get 25% of that item sold. 25%. So if they come in Excel, you just made $100. Easy, right? The current compensation plan, we're at what, 15? So we upped that. What do you guys think about that? Does that make sense? Getting more money on the front end when somebody joins. Look, I have a lot of people in INFINii network right now that are working with me to grow an online business, and we have a job to make sure that they make as much money as possible when they promote and they build somebody in here, because they're spending money on advertising, and we want to make sure you guys get that money back when you're building money in your pocket faster, more money at the beginning of the compensation plan. That's the first way to earn. Who's excited about that enhancement? Who's excited about that, right? It's great, isn't it? I see everyone's going crazy. Beautiful. Step two, we have something called milestone bonuses, okay? And when you hit a manager per se, you get a couple people into the business, and we'll go over volume requirements, but a manager is nothing more than, really, you could do it with literally 2 people. So when you hit this manager level, you get a $50 milestone bonus. As you hit the next rank, you get a $100 bonus. As you hit the next rank, you get a $350 bonus. As you hit the next rank, you get a $500 bonus. Okay? And if I were to refer 3 people, I would be a manager. And I'd pretty much, if I were to refer 3 people, providing I hit the volume requirements, I would be a manager. I'd get $50. That's awesome. But if I had 3 of those, I'd hit regional. If I had 3 regionals, I'd hit national. If I had 3 nationals, I'd hit global. Easy. And there's $1,000 in milestone bonuses. And here's the kicker, guys. Here's the kicker. If you refer somebody, as they hit milestone bonuses, you're going to get 20% of what they hit. On their second level, you're going to get 10% of what they hit, what they make. Is that not exciting? There needs to be a reason why you're helping people hit ranks, and we have to reward you for that. And so at those early ranks, you start growing in income because you're getting 20% of what they're getting in their milestones and 10% on your level 2. That's the second part of the compensation plan. You're welcome, Bethany. What do you guys think of that? It's pretty crazy, right? And that's the early part of the compensation plan. The next thing we're going to move on to is the third way to earn, your INFINII pay. We have an INFINII pay now, right? But this INFINII pay is going to pay you on all the volume in your organizations, 10% to INFINII levels deep. Of course, there's caps on different legs, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about those caps. But why is it that you would earn on a weaker leg and not earn on your strong leg where all your volume is? Why not let people earn on their entire organizations? Doesn't that just make sense to let people earn on everyone that's in their teams? Right? The next way to earn, guys, is your INFINII match. As you progress through the ranks, you're going to actually check match your people that you've brought into this business. You're going to check match them on what they earn in their INFINII pay. 5% at regional, 10% at national, 15% at global, 30% at director, all the way up to 100%. Check matching those folks that you bring in on what they make in their INFINII pay. What a crazy concept, right? But it gets better. I want you guys to, I mean, how easy was that? We just explained the entire compensation plan in what, 5 minutes, 4 minutes? Could you do that with any other company and go through and explain the compensation plan? Is this not 100,000 times better? Guys, I build companies online. I love it, and I love helping build in the network marketing spaces, but you've got to be able to get as many people as possible paid. Why make them balance left leg, right leg, and pay them on their bigger leg? Why not just pay them on their entire organizations as they build and give them a way to progress where they're earning more and more check matches? And when they help somebody hit global manager and earn $500, you pay the sponsor and you pay the sponsor to help ensure growth. This is what this compensation plan does, but it gets, guys, this gets better, okay? This gets better, all right? We've introduced something, and I'll come back to the slide so you guys can look at it, and we'll have some deep conversations about this on the partner side. This is what I was referring to when I posted on Facebook and said, I think we need more webinars because we got to talk about this. We've got to get on and talk about this because check this out. We're introducing a holding tank into INFINii. Who here has worked in a holding tank? If you have, let me know. Because what a holding tank does for you is give you the ability to place people in your organizations in depth. When you see somebody building, if you have someone in your holding tank, you can go ahead and place that person and that volume in your organization. And you know what? They get paid for that volume that is placed in their organization. That counts for them in their INFINII pay. That counts for them to hit their milestone bonuses. Imagine when I have someone come in now and they start building and they start growing. And I say, wow, this is amazing. I want to go ahead and get some action underneath of them. I'm going to move someone out of my holding tank and let them run with this team that I'm building. And when I place them, it pops a milestone bonus. It pops them to global manager, creating them a $500 check, creating me a check as well, and my upline a check. When we went to experts in the compensation world, and we've hired some experts to look at this, external to what we're doing right now, they've never seen it. Like, this is crazy. This is going to change it. And we hear the words game changer all the time. Right? Game changer this, game changer that. It's cliche at this point. But this compensation plan has never been done. You're not going to find it out there. I mean, ridiculous. Very easy to do. Here's how you earn. 1, you get someone in, you make 25% of that. You start going up the ranks, you get a couple people in, you hit this manager rank, guess what? You get a $50 check. If you do that 3 times, you have 3 managers, you just hit regional manager. If you get 3 regional managers in your organization, you just hit national. If you get 3 nationals, you just hit global. That's how easy that is. And you can help them targeted by putting people into their downline. That's why I'm pretty darn excited, trying to keep my calm here about what we're doing here, because this is going to change pretty much everything. So Hitesh, hop on out and calm me down.
Yes.
And real quick, guys, Norman, I love you, brother. What do you guys think of this compensation plan? Are you guys excited about this?
So far, because we haven't gone over some cool stuff yet.
It's just, love it, man. It's
all right.
Never been
Beautiful.
done. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet for
one of the
Hitesh talk.
That's great. Well, this is one of the rare things that I feel like was a good thing to come up with. So let me walk you guys through a couple of very interesting things here. So obviously the holding tank concept has existed before. Like Kevin said, he started by asking, have you guys ever had a holding tank before? And so clearly other companies have done a holding tank. What has not been done is an infinite depth holding tank. An infinite depth where when you help somebody, they actually earn more as well. So if I bring in Kevin and I want to help Kevin make an income, I can actually place volume under him, and this is volume that will help him rank advance. This is volume that he will earn money on, even though he did not directly sponsor it. Now, this is a kind of unique thing because I want you to think about it for a second. And this is the thing that I always disliked about binaries and matrices in general, and why this is really appealing. So think of it as, right now you get volume in your binary. Your bigger leg, you don't really get paid on anyway, but none of that volume counts towards your rank advancement, none of that volume counts towards your actual income. So this changes that entirely. And when I help Kevin rank advance, by doing so, I get paid on it. And when I help him earn through the INFINii pay, I get paid on it because I get a check match. But what this also does is it changes the very nature of the BV requirement. So Kev, if you want to go to the next slide, please, very quick. I just want to show you guys something interesting. So compare the rank requirements in this comp plan with the one that we have right now. Okay. So first of all, you'll notice that the BV required is already dramatically lower, right? Currently, a manager needs 1,000 BV. Now a manager needs only 400, but also gets a milestone bonus, right? Gets a $50 milestone bonus at that point. Now, this is not only dramatically lower, but the nature of this business volume is completely different. This 400 BV includes business volume placed under you by somebody else. So I could put BV under Kevin, and that actually counts towards the manager rank. So you'll notice that manager, regional manager, national manager, these are much easier to hit. And you're welcome to compare side by side. You will find that these numbers are much lower than the current numbers, even though they still go up all the way to 10 million. Now, this is where it gets really interesting and why this is so important for us to put out in this way, and why some of the other things were kept a little bit on the hold. Kev, are you okay if I talk a little bit about vendors and marketplace and all that stuff?
Talk away, talk away.
Okay. So here's why that was so critical and why we were waiting to get through this major change first. Imagine that you guys have heard about this thing called INFINii Marketplace. Imagine that I referred a member, a vendor, into the INFINii Marketplace. Okay? The vendor will now also be going into the holding tank. I can actually take that vendor and place under Kevin. And every time that vendor's item sells in the marketplace, benefits Kevin, benefits me, benefits my upline, and so on and so forth. So now, in essence, everybody in the company is in some way, shape, or form benefiting from the vendors that are coming in and promoting. Earlier, there was this big thing that we went through many calculations and realized there was a problem, because if you referred a vendor who went into the lesser leg and into the bigger leg and whatnot, it would just be wasted. It would become useless as volume. So now you will actually be able to combine this whole concept, this new comp plan, combine that alongside of the vendor system with INFINii Marketplace, and actually earn business volume as people come in and they start selling items and so on the marketplace as well. So this thing just synergizes so well with our overall aim, which was to bring in the vendors into our marketplace, bring in digital products in our marketplace, and so on. That's been just something that we wanted to push out very quickly. So let me give you an example of maybe a digital product that you could do this with. Let's say, for example, that we had a digital product that we put out in INFINii Digital, which, by the way, we're about to put out the first product on there, actually, technically the fourth product that we're going to put out on INFINii Digital, and we're going to promote in a big way. If anybody in your entire organization was to purchase that digital product, you would essentially see business volume generated from it. Even though they are purchasing something outside of INFINii, you are still seeing some business volume coming in from that.